Dear friends, in this video, I am going to explain how to use switch statement inside React.js code. I have a status display component. It is a functional component. In the first line, I imported React from React. Then I have status display functional component. It accepts status as a props. So this functional component is used somewhere down. Yes, we imported status display here and we used this inside in app component here status display, and we pass status from this app component as a props. Okay, inside this status display I have a render content function with switch statement. Based on the status, it will return a JSX. If loading will be returned. Success, it will return data loaded successfully. If error, there was an error loading data. If by default, if status is not given any value, by default, it will return unknown status. These are JSX. So based on this status, switch statement will work and return proper JSX statements. Inside status display return, we have h2 tag status, which will show the passed status from the parent component, and render content is called, so it will return one of these JSX statements based on the status. So here we use the switch statement inside React.js. Okay, in our app, here we have export default display. This is another file, app.js file. This is our status display component file. Okay, now in app.js file, we have React useState, we imported status display, we have status, set status, initially loading. So when we render this app component, initially we will pass status as loading. So this component will be rendered on the screen. This will be returned loading. It will show on the screen. Status here, it will be loading, and render content will return this loading. And we have buttons here. When we click each button, we reset the status inside app component, this status state. So based on the status change, status display will be re-rendered because we pass that props here. We pass our status state from app functional component to the status display functional component as a props. So when we click on this button, set to loading, it will become loading. When we click on this second button, it will become success. When we click on this set to error, it will become error. So based on that, our JSX component will be returned from the status display functional component. When we click on this button, handle change status function will be called. Handle change status function is inside app component. Here set status, this set status will be called. So this app component will be re-rendered and this status state changed, which in turn re-render status display, which is a child component. So new status is passed as a props to status display. Here in status display functional component, switch statement will work, and based on that render component will return proper JSX statement from these switch cases. This is the entire code. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you.